Welcome to You Know How It Feels with Rick Young and Luke Sperry.
Have you been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault?
I think it's terrible. It's about social responsibility and a culture of blame. If you trip over, look where you're bloody well going. Because, you know, if you trip over, it's just an accident. No one's gone out there, lifted the paving slab up just a quarter of an inch just to trip you over because they think it's a good idea. It's just an accident.
And if you notice some of these adverts, they've picked certain types of demographic-looking people who are clearly actors, but they're pretending to be, you know, normal everyday folk. For example, there's a loan company that's doing one at the moment going around, and one of the guys, he sat with his wife, quite a rotund couple they are, and he says, well, I saw the ad for the finance company and I needed a loan, and the wife had the idea of asking. They've made him talk like that to appear normal. I mean, how insulting. But, yeah, getting back to these injured in an accident that wasn't your fault. There's a guy at the moment going, I was injured in an accident that wasn't my fault. I was doing a job where I was given the wrong type of ladder. Yet he climbs it, Luke. He climbs the ladder, falls off, hurts himself. Now, you tell me, if they'd given him the wrong type of ladder, Luke, would you climb it?
No.
No, you wouldn't. And then he got £5,000 for this, Luke.
It's disgusting.
I got bags, I got beans, I got beer. I got your bags, beans, and beer right here. I got you some bags, beans, beer, bags, beans, and beer at the bags, beans, and beer store. You want a bag? You want some beans too? And what's that I hear? You want some beer? Well, now you can eat your beans and drink your beer on your back. Get yourselves down to the bags, beans, and beer store now.
Hello, I'm Rich Davidson and thank you for tuning in today. Joining me in the studio is a pioneer of hip-hop and now also experimenting with jazz hop, Dr. Dre. Thank you for coming in today, Doctor. Are you well?
Yeah.
I'm great. Well, this is certainly a new direction for you, isn't it? And a big move away from the gangster genre.
Yeah.
Although you do leave certain elements of the LA gangster street knowledge vibe in there.
Yeah.
I've listened to the album on a jazz tip and it really is very good. The simplicity of the track struck me as really quite impressive. Is that something you wanted to have prevalent throughout the album?
Yeah.
Okay, well, On a Jazz Tip is out now in all record shops and also online. And right now we're going to hear a sample of the first single to be released from the album. Thanks for coming in, Dr. Dre, and I believe this single is called Yeah. Is that right?
Yeah. 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 Hell yeah. Yeah.
I'm a P.I. That means private investigator. They call me the Corndawg, 'cause that's my name. Detective Dominic Corndawg. I used to be a cop, but not anymore. I used to be a lot of things, but not anymore. Now all I do is drink. I think about her. A woman. I'll never forget the first time she came into my office. She was hurting bad. I could tell. I used to be a nurse too. In Nam. Maybe I should have opened the door. All I know is that she left through the same entrance. And all she left behind was a broken man. Hey, what happened to the music? And a brown envelope. That was 5 years ago. But I didn't want to know what was inside. Some things are left unopened. Until now, that is. You see, I'm quitting the booze. Quitting this dirty business. And I'm getting out of this stinking town. But before I go, there's just one thing I gotta know. What was in that envelope? Hell, I gotta take a look. But I don't believe it. All all this time, how could she do this to me? After everything we'd been through together. Jack Johnson. God damn it. Son of a...
Time now for Julia Bradbury's really awful joke.
Well, that was my first real hang gliding experience, and now we've landed safely, I really feel like I've got my feet back on the ground. Tommy Walsh, Luke.
Oh, now there's something to find annoying.
What do you make of Tommy Walsh, Luke? Let me know.
Well, he was vaguely interesting when Ground Force first started.
No, he wasn't.
Insofar as he showed you how to lay a slab.
Now, I don't know if you've seen this one lately. Tommy Walsh is actually starring in a car insurance advert. And he comes on, pretending to work, right? He goes, and all that. And he says, when it comes to doing that job properly, I don't do things by halves. And then you see a close-up of him cutting a brick in half with a brick cutter. And then he goes, you know what I mean. As if he needs to explain to us that we might have thought he was talking about the brick. Now, he's saying, after a hard day's work, and at the end of it he goes, job done. Job done? Luke, he's wearing overalls, right? Denim and a top. He hasn't got a mark on him. Not a bit of brick dust, nothing. It is ridiculous. And then he gets in his van, and he's off.
Kelly was just an ordinary girl, until she met Dave.
Hey, Dave.
Hi, fancy a round of golf?
Sure.
Cross Channel and around the Med. From just £99.
Only a week ago, Kelly and Dave's lives simply weren't worth living. But now it's all changed thanks to S&M Cruises.
So how's your dancing and table tennis, huh?
I have 2 left feet, but I got a great right hand.
Get all tied up with S&M Cruises.
Oh, Dave.
Bikes, beans, and beer. That's right, nothing but bikes, beer, and beans, and bean burgers too at the Bikes, Beans, and Beer store. Right now we got a special going. For every bike you buy, we're going to take your beans and get a juicy burger, and we're going to dish you up a nice big spicy bean burger. That's right, a nice big spicy bean burger. All for ends when the beef runs out. So hurry y'all and get yourself down to the Bikes, Beans, and Beer store right now for everything you need.
Late Night Love with Graham Goldfincher.
Goldfincher! He's the man with the love at 10. For chicks and men.
Yes, it's that time again. Late Night Love with me, Gigi. On the phone is Patrick. Now, Patrick's got a little problem. Haven't you, Patrick?
Yeah, well...
And you phoned for my advice, right?
Uh-huh.
So, how big is your little problem, Patrick?
Very.
Right. Do you want to elaborate? And, Patrick, don't be afraid to cry.
My wife, Claire, she flinches. Whenever I go near her, not just in bed, on the sofa, I'm wondering what it is I've actually supposed to have done.
Any other changes in her behaviour at all?
Yeah. Well, basically, she's having these hot flushes, severe mood swings, forgetfulness, cries a lot, etc., etc.
I see.
Oh, and last night, she came in all sweaty and having a go, and was proper mental. So when I asked her what was wrong, she got a big red marker pen and wrote the letter M on the fridge door and said, read that if you can, you Burke.
I think I can gauge the situation here, Paddy. You don't mind if I call you Paddy, do you? Good. I can gauge the situation. There's one more question, though, I would like to ask, just to be sure. How old is Claire, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, I'm 35 and she's 58. Why?
Well, because, Patrick, my friend, I think I know what's happening. She's having an affair.
Oh, no, I hadn't even thought of that.
Afraid so, Paddy. And the letter on the fridge, in red, it stands for man, Patrick, as in another man.
Well, hang on, I wasn't suggesting...
Oh, no, Patrick, come on. She's playing you like a cheap violin. Look, Patrick, man up. I want you to make me a promise. When you put this phone down, you put your foot down too.
Right, yeah. Spot on, mate. Thanks, Graham.
Just call me Gigi.
Cheers, Gigi.
There he goes. Thanks very much to Patrick. And if Patrick's man enough to deal with the job and has the belly, there she goes too. Right, clusters. Cereals that are advertising clusters in their cereal. One, I think it's a bit of a frank admission that their cereal isn't good enough in the first place. And two, nobody likes clusters, do they?
I do.
Luke, you do not like clusters.
I do.
You're just being contrary.
No, I do.
I don't believe this.
I have crunchy nut clusters.
I knew you would say this.
Crunchy nut clusters, they're really nice.
They're not nice.
They are.
They are not. Cereal's not nice, full stop. But
Yes, it is.
And then, what do they do? Cereal with fir cones? Who sits around eating that? It takes you half an hour to eat, and they're horrible, Luke.
No, they're nice.
Why are they nice?
They taste nice.
They're
well, I like cereals, so obviously there's going to be a difference of opinion here.
Yeah.
But I like crunchy nut cornflakes, and crunchy nut clusters are even nicer.
Crunchy nut cornflakes are fine on their own. Okay, they are fine on their own. They do not need fir cones added to them.
They don't have
the only person, Luke, that should eat crunchy nut cornflakes with fir cones is Ray Mears, and that is it. All right. Who eats those horrible clusters? If there's anybody else in the world, please don't let me know. It's just a gimmick, isn't it, to get people to eat more nuts and to give their cereal a bit of jazz. Clusters, they're horrible. They get jammed up in your mouth.
No, they don't. You have to chew them first.
Oh, no.
Don't just swallow them.
But they're...
Facts, beans, beer, bean burgers, barbecue, beetroot, babies, blancmange, bacon and ping pong. At the Backs, Beans, Beer, Bean Burgers, Barbecue, Beetroot, Babies, Blancmange, Bacon and Ping Pong store. Get from A to B. You got the A's, we got all the B's.
What about buttermilk?
We got it.
Brazil nuts?
You betcha.
What about
bistro style food? Yeah. Have yourselves a game of ping pong free with every purchase. I got a table out the back. Knock yourselves out.
Welcome to Blues Time here on Wiltshire Wireless, where I'm lucky enough to be joined in the studio by Throaty J. Johnson.
Hi.
You're here to plug your new record, which has been described as a masterpiece by a premier blues journal. Can you tell me something about the record?
Yeah, it's just a normal standard kind of blues tune, really. There's very simplistic chord arrangement and very simple lyrics.
You've been compared to Louis Armstrong. Now, how does it feel to be compared with someone of such a colossal stature?
Well, I could have a problem with the fact that he's dead, so I don't know whether it's about my physical appearance, but I'm guessing that it's about the voice.
Well, why don't you give us a blast of this new song?
Okay, well, this is a brand new tune. This is called Ba 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 Ba.
Take it away.
Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Beep 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 beep. Yeah. Beep 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 beep. Boo boo boo. Ba 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 ba. Ba ba dee boo da bee bee.
That was Throaty J. Johnson.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. A round of applause.
You've been listening to You Know How It Feels. The show was written and produced by Rick Young and Luke Sperry and was performed by Rick Young and Luke Sperry with sterling contributions from one refined lady, that's me, Louise Mills, and one crazy mama, Rebecca Mayer.